Hey guys, it's BC. Welcome back to my channel for another reaction review. Tonight we're going to be talking about last night's episode of Game of Thrones. Before we jump into it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, hit the bell to keep up with all of my latest content. And if you want to connect with me beyond this channel, all of my social links are on my channel, so check them out there. So last night, Game of Thrones, Season 8, Episode 4, The Last of the Starks. So, kind of upsetting. And I'm sure for some of you, very, very upsetting. For me, pretty upsetting. So, last night, if you don't know, there is an app called Stardust, not sponsored, unfortunately. Basically, it's like the Instagram for television and movie reactions. I am currently on it doing reactions for Game of Thrones. If you want to see me in like my unbridled emotional state watching Game of Thrones and reacting to it in real time, you can find me on there at the official BC because I'm a lot more animated than I am right now. So, going into this episode, you know, we just came out of a huge ass battle, the Battle of Winterfell. So many people are dead now. You know, Jorah, Theon, Lady Mormont, also Beric is dead. The only one person that really didn't die that I thought died is Rhaegal, which I was happy about in the beginning of the episode. But we open up with a funeral scene. They're all saying their goodbyes, and people are lighting the pyres to say farewell to their dearly departed. And the first half of the episode is kind of like, it's somber, but then it moves into kind of like a cheery mood because later on they're all drinking and they're starting to have some fun. But, you know, we always have to have some unnecessary drama, and it comes in the form of Tormund.
Tormund just made the issues between Dany and Jon so much worse with the whole what the hell kind of person was the dragon. You know what, Tormund? The kind of person that gave Jon the dragon in the damn first place is the kind of person who rides a dragon. How about the mother of dragons, you idiot? Damn it.
Or Tormund. I think I'm always talking about him or saying his name the wrong way. Anyway, that dude who has an obsession with Brienne. So they're all drinking, right? And freaking Tormund, he is talking to Jon about how you're so crazy. You rode a dragon into battle. What kind of person rode a dragon into battle? And of course he's saying this while Jon's like not even 5 feet away from Daenerys, who's not talking to anyone because she's kind of by herself. She doesn't really know anyone besides Missandei, Grey Worm, kind of Jon, but Jon's caught up in his own little spur of the moment stuff. And it's like, dude. But on the upside, we did get to see a couple of cool moments while they're all still at Winterfell. Like randomly, Daenerys out of nowhere calls out Gendry, and I thought for a moment she was gonna be like really mean to him for some reason because he's a Baratheon.
Okay, so I was about to be like, what the hell is up Dany's ass calling out Gendry like that? Cause she just got over a big ass battle where Jorah died. Like, come on, don't begin on no one's case like that. But she's like, you know what? No, now you are Lord Gendry Baratheon of Storm's End. Okay, I need to stop being so presumptuous about this shit. It's too early in the episode.
Thankfully, that happened instead. She was like, you are Lord blah, 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 Baratheon of Storm's End. So I was like, cool. At least she's not like, you know what, you're a Baratheon, I want you dead. Because, you know, dude, Jorah just died. Give yourself a few moments to, like, get over it and shit. And then the more surprising moment that's happy, because there are a couple of moments that are surprising but that are not very happy, at least as far as Winterfell is concerned, you know, and you can kind of see this coming, or unless you've kind of been shipping it for a while, then I suppose it's kind of a shipping fantasy come true, even though it doesn't last very long, you know. So Brienne and Jaime get it on, and I was like, wait, what? Who? I don't know about you guys. I've never shipped them. I mean, they've been companions and they respect each other. And Jaime did knight her. He did knight Brienne a couple episodes ago. But I just either I refused to accept it or I just didn't think it would be a thing that would happen between Jaime and Brienne. But it did. So that happened, and I also reacted to that particular moment.
It's happening. It's about to happen. Huh? Jaime had never slept with the night before. Okay. Oh, okay, Jaime, you go. You, Brienne, and Jaime, you go. You go do it.
But then afterwards, we see that Rhaegal is fine. One of the first things I said during the episode while it was starting up last night was that I wanted to get a confirmation because if you recall, Rhaegal and Viserion got into a fight in the air, and Viserion like clawed him down his chest, which looked pretty bad. And then Viserion had like a Rhaegal had a really rough landing, so I didn't know if he survives, but we got confirmation he's okay. He had to heal a little bit, and his wings a little messed up, so he's got kind of like to relearn how to fly a little bit. So, you know, he does get up and flying again, and Daenerys is following him on Drogon, and they're all moving back towards Dragonstone. They get to Dragonstone. Unfortunately, out of freaking nowhere, Rhaegal gets hit by 3 freaking anti-dragon spears, whatever they're called, and he goes down. He's like down in like 5 seconds. He gets one in the chest, one to the wing, and one through his freaking neck. He's dead. Oh, and I had to react to this moment too because I was so freaking upset.
There's just something about how Rhaegal went down. I feel like Rhaegal was like a hopeless puppy. Like, I feel like he was a puppy. Like, I feel like just for a second, because he just went through this battle, he was just trying to enjoy life for a second, and then that happened. I'm blanking on the guy's name, the current of the many Cersei baby daddies. I need him to be eaten by Drogon, and I need it to be slow. That's all I'm saying.
And even now, I still can't really describe how it hurt me so much more to see Rhaegal just die like that. I really do feel like he was just like this hapless puppy. He was just trying to enjoy flying for a moment because they just went through some shit, and then this mofo, I think his name, what the hell is his name? Greyjoy. I need to look this up real quick to make sure. Game of Thrones. Greyjoy, asshole. Okay, yeah, I'm not sure why that took me so long. Euron, I don't know why he didn't know his name, but I knew his last name was Greyjoy. Anyway, so Greyjoy freaking leading this fleet of Cersei's men with these anti-dragon crossbows takes Drogon out. And so obviously freaking Dany's pissed. Fortunately, Drogon's able to get her the hell out of there. Oh, but it gets even worse because we find out not long afterward they freaking got Missandei. Oh, I was so mad. And even considering what happened at the end of the episode, I think I still find Rhaegal's death more upsetting for me. Again, hapless puppy. I think that's just how I viewed him for some reason. Even though he was no longer quite so small in comparison to Drogon, he had kind of grown up a bit, but still, so freaking, oh, I'm still upset about it if I think about it. Oh, but anyway, so that happened. I am pissed. I am so mad at everything at this point, and I have to suffer through this. And of course, Tyrion and Jon and team are trying to talk Dany out of just straight up slaughtering everyone at King's Landing just to get to Cersei, because I'm sorry, bitch gotta die. She's gonna have to die. That's just how it is. There's no other way to, no, there's no other way to say it. I'm getting a call, go away, I don't care for you, bye-bye, bye-bye-bye-bye. I'm just like, oh, again. Oh, last night. Anyway, so she gotta die, but I definitely need to see, and I think I said this, I'm pretty sure I showed this to you already, but I said Greyjoy, I need Greyjoy to be eaten slowly by Drogon. I know Drogon doesn't really have the patience to eat his food slowly, but I need Greyjoy and Cersei to experience a slow death. So from there, things get so much better because they decide, okay, you know what? We're gonna take what forces we have left. Unfortunately, after the Battle of Winterfell, there aren't many forces left at Dany's command, at least as far as what she brought to King's Landing. So we get to King's Landing, and I said this as well last night. I think that it, for some reason, felt kind of rushed. I feel like it shouldn't have taken us so little time to get from Winterfell to King's Landing. I think it should have taken a bit longer than that. But here we are, one dragon left, a couple groups of Unsullied at her side, plus Tyrion and Grey Worm, obviously, and they have Missandei. Missandei's freaking standing right next to Cersei, chains on her wrist, and like there's no easy way to come out of this. So the next, of course, and it's the final, really, the moment that like had me, that's how I was last night. Unfortunately, I didn't fully capture that unbridled not knowing how to feelness on camera, but that's how I was last night. So of course, Their trading words are like, Cersei, offer your surrender and we will spare King's Landing. Of course, Cersei doesn't take that. She's too used to her power. She's not going to change. She's a freaking monster. And of course, she goes up to Missandei and she's like, any last words? Now, this moment, I was hoping for something different to happen. I mean, I knew she was still going to die, but what I was hoping for, because Missandei says Dracarys. That's like her dying word is Dracarys. Some part of me was so hoping that like somehow Drogon would like recognize the word even though it came from somebody else, and he would just like blast the whole rooftop and just take a whole bunch of people out. He didn't, unfortunately. I think he's well trained to only answer to Dany's voice when she says Dracarys, but then freaking Cersei nods to her big brute mofo and he cuts Missandei's head off. And you know, I think like a lot of people, I was so hoping that somehow, some way, Missandei and freaking Grey Worm were gonna somehow both survive all of the shitstorm that's supposed to happen from this point on and have a quasi happily ever after, even if not a whole lot of other people survive this. No, so that's not gonna happen. No, our dreams don't get fulfilled quite so easily like that. So, and of course, like, you know how hardcore, how hard ass the Unsullied are because of how they're trained. They get their freaking nipples cut off, man. And the leader, or the elected leader, Grey Worm, could not even watch. It's such a thing when such a stalwart warrior can't even watch because it's Missandei. Oh man, so I felt so bad for Grey Worm. And then of course, once Cersei did that, I was like, you like the look on Daenerys' face? I'm just like, oh. Actually, you know what? This is what I just said. This is what I said last night. Look at this.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Woo! I think Cersei just turned Dany into the Mad Queen. Woo! Oh. Oh. Grey Worm's gonna have to get. Oh. I don't even know what to say right now. Oh, I thought we had so much more time in the episode, man. Ooh.
And I totally think that's what happened. I think Cersei just, without question, I don't think anyone can argue against this. Cersei just flipped Daenerys' Mad Queen crazy bitch switch. Like, it's been flipped and she's about to go ham. And I think she's not gonna care if she sets the entire building, city of King's Landing ablaze. I think she's gonna tear that shit down. Like, ooh, but you know what? I don't think she's gonna get the final blow on Cersei. I don't know. I want, you know what? Part of me actually really wants, despite how much Daenerys deserves to get the final blow on Cersei, I'm hoping that it will actually be, of course, Arya's a great choice to have that final blow on Cersei, to get that final kill, but Sansa. I know Sansa, well, you know what? I should probably rethink that because last episode, Sansa didn't know what to do with a dagger when freaking Arya handed her one. So I can't imagine Sansa's gonna get that chance, but hey, she's good with feeding people to dogs, so maybe she can like go get Ramsay's dogs and feed Cersei to them or something like that. I don't know. All I know is Cersei, Greyjoy, gots to die. They gots to die. I'm not sure what's gonna happen next episode. We had a little clip that we saw at the end of last night's episode where we saw like Greyjoy was out in the water again, looking up at the sky, and he was trying to make something out in the sky, but we heard Drogon. So it's like, okay, maybe that's when we're gonna get the drop on Greyjoy and at least kill his ass off. And then I think what would be best is if we like render Cersei completely alone. She needs to be like the only one left so that she's like scared. We need her scared. We need that stone ass facade to be busted. I want to see raw fear from that woman before somebody, hopefully Arya, likely, well maybe not so likely Daenerys, but somebody gets that final kill. I think Grey Worm, at least he should get the chance to kill the guy who executed Missandei. I think that's only fair. At the very least, if we're not gonna get the Missandei Grey Worm happily ever after, Grey Worm better get to kill him. Like, take his ass down. We deserve that. More than Grey Worm deserves that, we deserve that. Those of us who are huge Missandei Grey Worm fans, we deserve that much. Just saying, okay? I'm still a little raw about last night. I hope this was coherent enough to be an adequate review for those of you who watch me. If not sorry. I feel way too much about last night. Again, I think mostly about Regal dying. That, again, hapless puppy. That's just how I feel about that. So, oops, sorry. So, let's see what shit happens next week. Again, if you don't use Stardust app, not sponsored. If you don't use Stardust, though, it's a fun app. Again, I'm doing reactions right now just for Game of Thrones. I'm probably going to expand to other shows once my other shows get back up. I think most of my shows are on sabbatical right now because their seasons just ended. So check me out on there at TheOfficialBC. Until then, have a good night. I hope you have a great evening with family and friends and watch Game of Thrones and